Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. If you're just joining us, don't worry because you're on time for the first interview of the day. And as promised, we're going to talk about sustainable and renewable energy, in particular solar energy, and why this is important. It's actually SDG number 7, which is affordable and clean energy. So we're going to understand why this is sustainable and why you as a youth need to invest in this if you haven't, or have someone in your family invest in solar energy. And for this particular conversation, I've been joined by experts. Right here with me is Vincent Mwendwa. The gentleman here is the solar engineer, and we also have Miriam Thuo. She is the sales and marketing manager at Power All. They both come from Power All. Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Miriam, ladies first. So tell us a little bit about Power All and what you do there.
Okay, so I'm Miriam Thuo, the sales and marketing lead at PowerAll. We are a solar solution company. We provide solar solution, be it in the residential aspect, also in the C&I. We are keen into ensuring that our environment is friendly, and we provide solutions that are well tailor-made to our clients. So we are not just a solar company that is just doing the kawaida thing. We want to take the market in a little bit higher by ensuring in terms of the value for your money that you're putting in place, you definitely get return on it.
All right, great.
Yes.
And Vincent, tell us what you do.
Okay, my name is Vincent Mwendwa, a solar engineer at Power Hall Limited. That's an engineer by profession and by training. I've been in the solar field for 4.5 years, doing solar designing, conducting site surveys, doing project management and installation.
All right, great. So you are definitely the right people to talk on this particular topic. So when you talk about sustainable energy and renewable energy, why is this important? Let me start with you, Miriam.
It's very, very important. Currently, we are all aware of how crazy our bills are, right? Mm-hmm. So we are, in the solar space, we try as much as possible to ensure that we're able first to conserve the environment in terms of the products that we're using to ensure that there's power 24/7. With solar, it enables all our clients, us as well, to be able to provide electricity in terms of the solar aspect. Mm-hmm. So we are in a better position whereby we are able to educate you, guide you throughout to ensure that in terms of, you don't have those, in terms of flexibility, in terms of the power that you're getting, 100%, you're sure you'll be able to rely on it. So green energy is very sentimental to us. It's not just our job, it's a love that we have and something that we enjoy every single day.
Yes. I love it. So it brings the aspect of environmental conservation, because it's green in the first place, and then it's cheaper in the long run.
Yes. Mm-hmm. In terms of many people have that aspect that it's true, it might be costly at first, but if you look at it in terms of the long run, you'll definitely get your value for your money. So there are so many facts and fictions that as we want to come and educate people and enlighten them, let's not just have our mind fixed on the aspect of the initial investment, but look at it in terms of the long run. What are you getting at the end of the day? Mm-hmm. And as we all know, I would be happy to procure something and still get value for it, right?
Yeah.
So definitely going green, that's where we're going, and that's the future.
That's the future, definitely.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Vincent, because with solar, I know there's some technicalities that come with it. I know that you have said you tailor make it to suit your clients, but again, there's usually the limitation or the advice that is usually given by solar companies. So let's say I want to install solar in my house, at home in the rural areas, and you'll tell me where the uptake is higher with the solar energy. But if I want to install, let's say in the rural areas where someone has a borehole and they want to power the whole house with it, they're using the iron box. So the limitation, I'm saying this from experience, you're told that it's advisable to use the hybrid, so use electricity and solar, because with the solar I don't know, something to do with the batteries and whatnot, makes the iron box too high, the voltage too high, and even the borehole, you know, uses too much of it. So maybe you can explain that for us.
First of all, solar can power anything, and solar can power everything in a house. It does not necessarily mean that if you have an iron box or you have a washing machine which has a higher power rating that you cannot use solar on it. You can. It all depends on the costs, as Miriam said. First of all, we come to the sites and we get to understand that first of all, if you have no electricity, solar is the only option that is reliable. And if you also want to reduce on the cost of the bills, you have to go solar. That's where the hybrid system comes in. If you want to do away with the electricity, that's the grid completely, that's where now you do the solar. And first of all, we say that system, depending on how much you consume, it does not necessarily mean it's the size of the house or the size of maybe the motor or anything. It means if you have these loads, we usually do a profile for the load, how much you consume in a day, how much you consume in a month. At the end of the day now we can get to know how much we can do a quotation for you, that what's the battery capacity you require, what's the inverter size you require, and how many solar panels you need. That we have to come to site and know how much you consume. That's usually the starting point. Yes.
All right. So the whole house can be powered 100% by solar.
100%.
And how long does it take before you need new batteries, before you need to sort of change things, the system?
Well,
there is.
for us, we have different, for example, battery varieties. That's one is lead acid batteries. The other one is lithium batteries. Now those are the common batteries in the market right now. The lead acid batteries come with a warranty of about 1 to 2 years, with a lifespan of about 5 years. The lithium batteries have a lifespan of about 15 to 20 years. Provided the system is properly sized, you don't have to worry about changing the system, changing the batteries. For solar panels, that's the least you can worry about. They have a lifespan of about 30 years.
Okay,
yes.
So 30 years, I think that's a good time.
Yes.
That's a good investment. Let me ask you, how is the uptake? How have people adapted to the solar energy, the solar panels?
Okay, research has been done and it has been proven. Previously, it was so hard to convince people. You know, naturally, human beings are prone to fear change that is coming along. So previously, people were a little bit skeptical going green, but currently, most people are embracing the green energy aspect, especially people that are building houses, the residential. We've had, I think my colleague here will speak more about that. But as we said, in terms of the services that we are offering, they are cutting across, not only in the residential as well as the C&I. So currently, most people are going green, and we have experienced that. The rate is actually increasing, which is very, very amazing, keeping in mind that we are enlightening people. People are getting to understand why you should go green. Okay. Yes.
And the uptake, just to compare between the rural and urban areas, where are people really installing the solar panels more?
I think it varies because one, you'll get someone who wants to install a solar a product. This is a person who has built their home. So definitely this is someone who has identified a place where they're building. It can be in the rural, it can be in the urban. Because again, if you see the solar package that we are offering is quite different. The package that I will offer someone who has a 1-bedroom will be totally different from someone from a 5-bedroom. Okay. Right? So it is cutting across, just depending on where people have constructed.
All right.
So it keeps on varying every single day. That's why as Powerol, we are very keen to ensuring that there's that market research that is done for us to be able to identify our clients and be able to serve them and give them the best needs.
All right,
Yes.
great. We've talked about green energy that solar provides, but you've just mentioned lithium batteries, because I know lithium, again, is not good for the environment. So how does it still remain to be green energy when we're using lithium, which is one of the things that are not good?
Lithium comes with different varieties, and the one which is commonly used in Kenyan market is lithium iron phosphate, which is free from pollution, and it's safe to use. Provided you have taken all the measures to do an installation, that battery is safe to use. You can put it in your house, no noise, no pollution at all. That battery is safe to use.
Okay.
Yes.
So when someone is building a house, newly constructing a house, there's usually the electrical work that is done. So if someone wants to really go green, would you advise them not to do the electrical in the house, or just have that as backup just in case, because you don't want to spend on the electricals and then you put up a solar. So I don't know who would want to advise between the two of you.
That's a very good question. Actually, solar wiring is different from the in-house wiring. If you have constructed a new house, you do the in-house wiring normally. That's all the wiring for the socket, for the lights, just the normal way.
Okay.
When the solar comes in, we only feed into the main distribution box. From there now is where you can tap all your electricity from. So just do your wiring.
No more wiring.
Solar will come in.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, now, solar is dependent on the sun, right?
Yes.
There are regions where they hardly have the sun. I'm thinking about people in Limuru. How is it like with the solar energy? Is it a good place to really install it from your professional perspective?
Actually, anywhere in Kenya you can install solar. And the panels which most companies are using right now are monocrystalline panels.
What?
Monocrystalline panels, which are capable of using just the sunshine. Even if there is no sun, if there is the daylight, they are using that daylight, and they can be able to produce power. We have also installed systems in Limuru, and they are working fine. Only what you have to consider is during the sizing. You have to know that Limuru experiences a different sunshine from other parts of the country, like Ukambani.
Okay.
Yes.
So Ukambani people would have a good time.
They have wealth.
They have wealth.
Yes.
Okay, it's not all bad for people who live in Ukambani. All right, so Miriam, tell us what impact have you been able to do, even as a company, in Kenya, going green, helping Kenya go green?
As I mentioned earlier, as Powerol, we're not just a normal solar company. We try as much as possible. We actually have our own niche, and that is why currently we've been able to execute projects all over the country and outside the country. So we've done so many projects, starting from the recent one we did was in a place in Mombasa. It was a resort kind of, yeah. So we've been able to execute, be it Kenya, be it South Sudan, we've gone. So we have empowered our engineers to be able to be well tasked, to have more knowledge. So in terms of expansion, this is something that we are keen into. So in terms of implementation of our projects, we're not just basing it probably just because we're in Nairobi, that this is the region we are looking at. No, we are doing, and we are meeting people all over the country.
I think that's profound.
Yeah.
Vincent, you also mentioned earlier on before the interview that there are different types of projects that you have done. So how different are they?
First of all, there are the small systems. We call them residential systems. We also have small commercial systems that covers supermarkets, small businesses. We also do commercial and industrial systems. Those are called grid-tied systems. You'll find them mostly in manufacturing companies where they have a lot of consumption, mostly during the day. Yes.
Okay. And how different in terms of pricing are this for someone who just wants to understand the cost that goes behind it? You mentioned earlier that the initial cost is really expensive, but in the long run, it's actually a cheaper option compared to paying for electricity every other time the bills. So, but we want to get our head around the pricing. How is the costing like?
Well, the costing, solar is not expensive. That's a hard question to answer. I don't know how I can put it, but I'm sure there are some people out there who do not embrace solar, simply because there's some time they bought a system, it failed after a few months, and now they say that's how solar works. Solar is not reliable. You have to invest in solar. Solar by itself is a project. If you want to go completely solar, that's still expensive. If you are doing an hybrid system, if you are doing an off-grid system, those are two different systems. If you are doing an hybrid system, it means you are using both grid and solar at the same time, so that might not be so costly compared to going off-grid system, where you'll have a lot of battery banks, which are more expensive. Because now, by the way, you have the battery and the solar and the inverter are the most expensive items in any solar system.
The solar?
The solar, inverter, and the battery.
The solar, inverter, and the battery.
Yes, those are the main three components. Yes.
Okay, so it's all dependent on how you want to go. If you want to go fully solar, that's the off-grid, or hybrid, which is cheaper.
Yes. If you want to save 20%, we can as well do that for you.
Okay, and how is the maintenance like? Because you've mentioned about system failure, some who have bad experiences with solar and they say it's not working after some months. So what causes system failure, and how is the maintenance like? Before I come to you, Miriam.
The main cause for system failure is poor designing. If you have not properly sized your system, this system most likely will fail. The other thing, if I'm doing a system for you today, and you end up tomorrow that you add more machines to your house, that means that battery will be draining more than usual.
Okay.
So it's still a two-way traffic. You have to take care of that system as a client. And in parts of maintenance, we usually do maintenance after 6 months of installation. We come test the batteries, the inverter, the solar panels, also the cleaning for the solar panels. We also do that. You have to do a perennial maintenance for the system as a company. For the client, you have to keep the system and you have to take care of that system as instructed during commissioning.
Okay.
Yes.
So in case you want to add machine, you have to plan for that before you actually
the solar
panel.
If at all you need to add, you have to communicate with the installer.
Okay.
Yes. Or else me, I'll know. We track our systems online. Every day I can see how much you have consumed. If you are consuming more than usual, I know very well, Stephanie. You have
added a washing machine in the house.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Miriam, for the youths that are watching, because many people are looking for jobs, what are some of the opportunities that entrepreneurs can tap into in this sector?
So for the solar space, one, I'll mention one before I reiterate the other one, but something that we've also taken key in, especially for our company, is providing training for the youth, for the installers, because you'll get so many people who have studied in the engineering aspect, they're solar experts, but they don't get a place where they can be able to, what you're learning in school and what you're executing on the ground are two totally different things. Okay. So we want to venture and mentor so many people as much as possible in terms of the training that we are offering for the youth, regardless of your age, because we believe learning is a gradual process, and that is something that we're doing. Apart from that, personally and as a company, we've also implemented a group whereby we can be able to engage with people who are from school, who are still studying, to enlighten them. So for Power All, we're providing a platform, not only to provide services to our clients, but also to empower the youth as they keep on growing.
Okay.
Yes.
And what would you say are some of the challenges facing the solar energy sector? Something that could be addressed, I don't know, by the government, or maybe the policies that are not working? Would you say that there are any? Or things are just going so far so good?
Of course not. Definitely there are some challenges that take place, but I prefer to look at it in terms of it's like having your cup. You can either see it as half empty or half full. So are you embracing the challenges that are coming along and taking opportunities out of that? So we do not narrow it down to see directly this is what is happening. Rather, what we do, we take advantage of the whole situation and tailor-make it to work for us. Like there's so many solar companies. We all have our own issues,
Okay.
But again, what do you want to do? Do you want to focus on what maybe the government is not helping in doing? Do you want to focus on maybe the negative attribute that comes along with it in business? But no. What we try as much as possible is to focus on that and see it as an opportunity. So for us, that is something, like I said, we love green. This is not just our job. This is a passion. It is a calling, and we want more people to have that knowledge of it.
Great,
Yes.
awesome. Vincent, because what are the trends that are there, looking at technology and the developments that are happening every other day? So what are some of the innovations that are there in solar, maybe from where it began to where it is now, and probably where you see it going?
Just a while ago, we started off with systems which, like for example, the batteries. We have been having lead acid batteries. That's like a few years ago. Right now we are going lithium batteries, and which are currently coming up with different varieties, because we are looking at how much we can produce from solar without causing any pollution to the environment, because it's a clean energy. Currently for industrial systems, we are also doing ESS systems, which are also coming up very well. ESS systems, these are systems whereby if you are using solar for an industry, for example, what has been happening is grid-tied systems which require high storage. So currently we are looking at the storage system, especially because that's mainly the brain for the solar system. Yeah, it's currently growing.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Are you also using, have you integrated AI and IoT into the systems to enhance the solar systems?
Actually, that's on the process.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's something that
Yes.
you are
That's
embracing.
something engineers are thinking about.
Aha.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. As we even come to a close on this conversation, let me just ask you, Miriam, where do you see the future of renewable energy in Kenya? Do you see a time where Kenya will fully transition to solar energy?
I am very hopeful that's where we're going. We are on the right track. As you look, there's a trajectory that has been taking place. How people used to view green energy back then is totally different. As much as the whole green aspect was started way back, but right now more people are receptive. They are receiving it very positively. So yes, in the future, I pray and I hope we will go fully green.
Okay.
Yes.
And that might take a while, but
yes.
we will definitely.
Yes, we're on the right
Definitely
track.
get there.
Yeah, it's not something that will just happen in a snap of a finger. It will take time. We just need to educate people, empower them, let them know the products. It's always about knowledge. Yes.
Some of the myths that people have around solar energy,
I'll begin with one that first was whatever you said, that solar only operates where it's only sunny. It cannot operate in a cold place. There's another aspect whereby you'll not get value for your money because of there's no longevity in terms of the products. There's so many facts and fictions around the green energy.
Some myths around it.
Yes.
But the truth is that it's actually sustainable.
Yes, we have people that we have done the installation for them. And it's amazing, it's working well. So we have testimonials, we have case studies that show positivity in terms of the green aspects.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Let me ask you, Vincent, a word that you'd have for the people that want to venture into the renewable energy sector. What would you advise them to do, really?
If you are thinking to do solar, you just do it. Because as we said earlier, solar is very reliable. And again, if you get the testimonials which we have from customers, right now people are saving from 30%, with people who are usually paying like 20 million. Right now they are saving 7 million in a month. Isn't that a lot?
It is.
Yes.
Okay. So it saves you a lot of money compared to
yes.
the grid system that you're using.
Yes, you just not look at the capital for starting.
Yeah.
Just look at the long run. Yes.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys for coming. How can people get in touch with you in case they want installation or to make inquiries? Let me ask you, Miriam.
Okay, our showroom, we are located along Mombasa Road. That is opposite Imara Mall. There's a building known as Yasian Interiors. That's where we are located. Feel free to walk in our new showroom. We recently moved. It's bigger to ensure that we're able to satisfy all of you. So please make a point of visiting our showroom.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That has been our conversation around sustainable and renewable energy with a particular focus on solar energy. And we have been joined by experts. Hope you have enjoyed that particular discussion and you're more knowledgeable. We've had Vincent Mwendwa, who's the solar engineer at Power All Limited, and Miriam Thuo, who's the sales and marketing officer at Power All Limited. Now we're going to take a short break, and then Brian Zakwa will be coming up with yet another interesting discussion. So stay with us.